What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new Ready to Fly kit from Emax. This is their newest Tiny Hawk Lite. They have a whole line of Tiny Hawks, but there's something a little different about this one here. And we're going to open up this box, see what's inside, and I'm going to share my opinion and my thoughts with this. And I also have a flight for you guys. If you don't already know and you don't follow my channel, I do giveaways quite often. And anytime I get a new product, I like to give it back to the community. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway too, so stick around. So let's open up this box and see what you get inside. So right off the bat, I noticed the drone and the controller. Now, Emax's Tiny Hawks are normally white, and they changed the color of their line to this gray, which is pretty cool. I kind of dig this. Seems really durable, really sturdy. I can see right here, you can plug this thing up to Betaflight Type-C plug, so you can configure this drone. That's going to be great for beginners to get into that. It's going to be a little underpowered because it's brushed motors, but you could also go on Amazon and other stores to get these motors really cheap. I don't know how much exactly, but I'll leave a price over here or something on how much a DC brushed motor costs. So you can upgrade the motors if you wanted to, but this thing is ready to go right out of the box. So we're going to take a look at this in a second. Let's see what else we get in the kit. Okay, so we got some HQ props right here, which is cool. And then you're looking at the E8 Emax controller. And I love how they label these things, so you know what every switch does. It's got a beeper in case you lose it. You actually have turtle mode, so you can flip this thing over if you get caught up somewhere. Cool remote. It's running ELRS, which is the newest and greatest. You're not going to have any problems with range. And this is their Transporter 2 goggles. A cool feature about this goggle is this comes off. So if you don't want to wear the goggles, or they just don't fit right for some reason, or they don't focus, you can put this on the controller. Now, even though this isn't digital, analog was like one of the first things that came out. And you know, it's still a great experience regardless. Now, cool feature of these goggles here, they kind of pull out. Now, before I pull them out, I just want to note that having these goggles all the way in like this kind of hits your nose. Let me show you guys. So this little part right here, if you don't extend these out, it kind of like hits your nose, so it's not very comfortable at all. You almost have to pull it out to at least the first notch anyways. So just something to know. You pop them out like that and they click right in. You get 3 notches. You can kind of focus it in wherever you need to or whatnot. Now, these aren't really the largest. I would say if you have a small pair of glasses, they'd fit in there. But for most people, it should be fine without your glasses. I can't say it's going to be great for everybody because I don't wear glasses personally. But like I said before, you can take this off and fly it on the controller if you needed to anyways. Now, one feature that this does not have is recording. So unfortunately, it doesn't have the SD card slot for you to record your flights. But for a beginner, I mean, it's probably not going to be too bad, especially for the price that this kit is going for. Before you power on these goggles, I would recommend screwing on these antennas. But other than that, these are the goggles that come in the case. Let's take a look at what else you get. So you got the goggles, the drone, the remote. This bag here has some information for you. It comes with the goggles antennas. So these 2 antennas will screw on, and they also You can orientate them whichever way you would like. So it comes with antennas in there. What else do we get in this bag? So this is great here for beginners. You're going to want to know which way your propellers are running, and it tells you that your props are going in, so in towards the camera. That's cool. And you got some stickers, some cool Emax stickers. That's always good. You get this manual support card here. If you scan this with your phone, it'll bring you to the website, and you can check out that. Now, it also has some warnings and precautions. You can read this over when you get it. And this little thing here is telling you that it's running Express LRS. So the latest and greatest. You're not going to have a problem with range or connectivity. So it gives you a charging cord. So you're going to want to charge your remote. And just a second here, this remote, I forgot to tell you guys, it already comes with a 18650 battery, so you don't have to worry about buying a battery for this. So it already comes with a battery, which is great. And this is going to allow you to charge that and the actual goggles. So it also comes with an Allen wrench, and it comes with a prop tool and a couple other screws and bolts that you're going to need. It comes with their latest charger, the EM 2.0, and now you can charge up to 6 batteries with this, so you're going to want to get a couple more batteries. So this cable here is going to be for the remote control, I want to say, and this one's going to be for the goggles to charge them up. And this little piece here is going to slide into the remote control, and it's going to hold the actual screen from the goggles if you want to pop it off and fly like that. Now, that's what you get in the box. So before we get this thing in the air, I'm going to be using these analog/digital goggles just so I can capture the video and share it with you guys. That's the only downfall with the Rate of Fly kit, is you're not going to be able to record your progress or your videos. But I think out of the whole kit, the goggles is probably going to be the first thing that you upgrade if you do tend to stick to this hobby. Now, I'm going to get this all powered up, and we'll get the drone up in the air. Let's get it. So the controller is going to beep if you don't use it for a couple of seconds. Gets quite annoying, but that's what you're going to hear, is this beeping. So I have noticed that this frame is different from back to front, and it looks like it's kind of sloped, which is kind of unique. When you set it down, it sits flat, but I just thought I'd point that out. The plastic frame is quite interesting, I have to say. And it's got easy access points. You unscrew these couple of screws right here, and you can get to the bottom. This little button right here, this is going to allow you to unlock the VTX like I showed you guys. The camera is the Analog Nano 3, and it has great image quality for an analog camera. This top also comes off, so you can access the flight controller and the VTX. Again, it's just 4 screws. So yeah, I mean, this thing is a really cool beginner drone, and it's got elastics so you can slide on the battery with no problem, and you can use different sizes if you would like. So you just slide the battery in like this. You kind of want to make sure it's somewhat in the middle. You can kind of hold it, you know, from the middle to see if it's front heavy or back heavy or whatnot. But for a beginner, as long as you have this thing centered somewhat in the middle, you'll be good. So let's get this thing plugged in and take it for another flight. I have to say though, when you plug these batteries in, some of them are a little bit tighter than others. Like, it took me a while to get the battery unplugged one time. It was quite interesting. So if you want to arm the drone, you got to make sure your throttle is all the way down. If you have it up by any means, it's not going to arm. You see it blink in there. So you put the throttle down, start over again, and you press it Press the arm, it'll arm. I'm going to fly this in macro mode here, see what it's like. Whoa. Oh, disarm. So I guess now is a good time to try the turtle mode switch. So if you flip the flip over switch and you arm it, you can press it one way or the other and try to flip this thing. Now, one thing I did notice, it's not going to work for me right now because one thing I did notice when I hooked this thing up to Betaflight, the flip over degrees was at 150. So if this thing is flipped over all the way, that's 180 degrees. So it will not use turtle mode if you don't fix that. The wind is quite ferocious today, so I'm just trying to take it a little bit easy. But this drone is good for like hitting gaps and getting used to flying. See if I can go through here. Whoa, that was kind of sketchy. How about two? Nice. Nice. So this battery was full when I started, so let's see what kind of flight time we're going to get with some light acro flying. Now this thing will do flips and rolls. I would just be aware that it has slow rates on it. So once you get used to the actual flying and knowing how it feels, you can up the rates on this so it actually spins faster for you. But I'll show you right now. It's a slow roll, so you're gonna have to get used to that for sure. I'm gonna go pick this thing up. You can see the wind really plays a factor in these smaller drones. Just trying to keep this thing level. The wind wants to push it all over the place. This drone does not have auto hover, so it doesn't sit there and hover for you. You actually have to work the throttle and keep it in the air. It's kind of a cool feature only because you know, you're flying FPV, you're not flying one of those standard camera drones that just flies itself basically, that has GPS and all that. You know, this is one of those kits that you have to make really small micro inputs in the sticks to keep this thing level and, you know, flying around. So I'm just gonna cruise around the park a little bit right here, see what kind of flight times we can get. I am only in 25 milliwatts, and you can see that it does still have some pretty good image quality going. I will up the milliwatts and see how far we can actually push this thing. But for now, just want to see what kind of flight time we're going to get. Whoa, can't believe I made that. Try to hit some gaps. Have fun with it. Whoa! I just took out my eyeball. So we're already at 4 minutes. That's with wind and everything, so I have to say, on a 1S battery, that's pretty good. I definitely feel the battery sagging though. It's yelling at me right now. It's telling me to land. Let's do a flip or a roll. You really got to get on the throttle after you roll because the rates are so they're so low. Let's go through this tree, and then we'll bring it in for a landing. Alright, so yeah, I mean, let's bring this drone in for a landing and we'll talk about it, the pros and cons. This thing flies really well. I have no complaints. The EM 2.0 connector on the back is giving it all the power that it needs. So that's pretty cool. Also, we're using a 750 milliamp hour 1S LiPo, so it's going to give you some good flight time and performance as well. So yeah. So in closing, my thoughts on this drone, or this kit rather, I believe this is the perfect beginner kit. I have to say, this kit is great for beginners. It flies well. The only downfall I would say is there's no DVR, so you can't capture your footage. And also the brushed motors. That's probably the two most downfalls. But other than that, everything about this drone is new. It's a brand new frame. Emax did a great job. It's a brand new flight controller. Now, if you're looking to get yourself one of these, I'm going to leave the link down below in the description. But first, I'm going to give one lucky person a chance at winning this kit. I'm going to be giving this kit away. That's right. I'm giving this kit away to one lucky winner. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and you'll be in the running to win this kit. I will send this out to somebody in the US. I ain't going to ship it out of the US, unfortunately. You know, times right now, everything else that's going on, it's just not great. But yeah, so if you want to win this kit, I'm going to be giving this away. I will pay for shipping. This giveaway is going to run for about 2 weeks or so, and I will have a results video in about 2 weeks or so. So if you guys are interested in winning this kit, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and as always guys, keep those props spinning. Let's get it.